Santorini. The name conjures images of whitewashed villages, blue-domed churches, and sunsets over the Aegean Sea. But behind the postcard-perfect scenes, a different reality awaits. Crowds, tourist traps, and hidden costs. This video is your essential guide to navigating Santorini's pitfalls and unlocking its authentic side. Stay with us to discover the real Santorini and avoid a travel nightmare. In Santorini, the view is breathtaking. So is the bill. Cliffside restaurants charge a premium for that sunset moment, turning a simple meal into a costly photo op. The real heart of Santorinian cuisine? It's hidden away, waiting for those willing to look beyond the obvious. Want to escape the cliffside premium? Turn your back on the caldera and head inland. Discover villages like Pyrgos or Megalakori where locals eat and life feels real. Find a family-run taverna. No view tax, just authentic food and genuine hospitality. Try dishes like fava or tomato keftides, recipes passed down for generations. Skip the view, and you'll discover the true taste of Santorini. The Oia sunset is legendary, but the reality is a chaotic, overcrowded spectacle. Instead of peaceful beauty, you're packed shoulder to shoulder, fighting for a view, watching the sunset through thousands of phone screens. The magic is lost in the crowd, leaving many disappointed and wondering if it was worth it. Skip the Oia chaos. The secret? Santorini sunsets are magical from many places, especially Akrotiri Lighthouse. Here, there are no crowds, just the sea, the sky, and silence. Find a spot, enjoy a picnic, and let the sunset become your own unforgettable memory. You arrive in paradise, dreaming of your perfect Santorini escape. But at check-in, hidden fees appear. Resort charges, environmental taxes, surcharges you never expected. The price you budgeted for inflates before your eyes. Your dream vacation? Suddenly it comes with a hidden price tag. Welcome to the reality of hidden hotel fees. If you found this helpful, don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe for more travel tips and hidden truths. So how do you fight a phantom? How do you protect yourself from these invisible costs that haunt the fine print of your booking? The battle begins not at the check-in counter, but weeks or even months before, in the quiet of your own home. It requires you to become a detective, a digital sleuth hunting for clues in the dense jungle of online booking platforms. Before you even think about clicking that Reserve Now button, you must embark on a mission. Your target, the terms and conditions, the cancellation policy, and the frequently asked questions. Every word matters. Do not be swayed by the glossy photos and the promise of infinity pools. Scroll past the marketing jargon and the glowing 5-star reviews. Your destination is the unglamorous, text-heavy section at the very bottom of the page. Look for specific keywords: resort fee, mandatory charge, service fee, local taxes, or additional supplements. These are the red flags, the breadcrumbs, leading you to the truth. Some hotels are masters of obfuscation, using vague language like certain amenities may incur extra costs. This is your cue to dig deeper, to become relentless in your pursuit of clarity. If the website is unclear, take the next step. Pick up the phone, or better yet, send an email. Create a paper trail. Directly ask the hotel to confirm, in writing, the total all-inclusive cost of your stay. Ask them to list every single potential charge that is not included in the nightly rate. Be specific. Does your rate include the government stay-over tax? Is there a mandatory resort fee? Are there charges for Wi-Fi, pool towels, or daily cleaning? A reputable establishment will have no problem providing this information. Hesitation or evasion is a massive warning sign that you should book elsewhere. This proactive approach is your shield. It transforms you from a vulnerable tourist into an informed consumer. By demanding transparency, you strip away the hotel's power to surprise you with hidden fees upon arrival. Imagine the peace of mind, standing at that same check-in desk, armed with an email from the manager confirming your total price. The power dynamic shifts. You are no longer a target, but a prepared traveler who has outsmarted the system. The fine print phantom is vanquished, and your Santorini sanctuary remains untainted by financial trickery. The brochure is beautiful, isn't it? Promising an authentic local experience. a journey led by a passionate island native. But as the tour begins, unease sets in. The guide's answers become vague and evasive. The facade of authenticity begins to crack. It's a carefully packaged product. The disappointment of a fake tour can cast a long shadow over your trip, but it doesn't have to be this way. The real guides, the true custodians of Santorini's stories and secrets, are out there. Finding them requires you to look beyond the slick brochures and the top sponsored search results. Your quest for authenticity begins with independent research, a deep dive into the digital world that bypasses the corporate giants. Start by searching for specific, niche experiences rather than broad, generic terms. Instead of Santorini Island Tour, try searching for Santorini Geology Tour with a volcanologist or traditional cooking class in Megalochori. Travel forums and independent blogs are your most powerful allies in this mission. These are places where real travelers share unfiltered experiences. Look for detailed reviews that mention the guide by name, that share personal stories about the interactions they had, and that describe unique, off-the-beaten-path locations. A genuine review will feel personal and specific. It will talk about the guide's passion, their family history on the island, or a spontaneous detour they made to show the group something special. Be wary of reviews that are overly generic or use repetitive, glowing language, as they can sometimes be fake. Once you have a few names of potential guides or small family-run companies, investigate them directly. Do they have a personal website or a social media profile that shows their life on the island? Do they post photos of their family, their village, their daily activities, not just polished marketing shots? A real local guide's online presence will often feel more personal and less corporate. Send them a direct message or an email. Ask them questions about their background, how long their family has lived on Santorini, and what makes their tour different. Their response will tell you everything. This process is about more than just booking a tour. It's about making a conscious choice to connect with and support the local community. By seeking out a genuine guide, you are investing in the preservation of the island's culture. The experience you'll have will be immeasurably richer. You won't just see Santorini. You'll begin to understand it through the eyes of someone whose roots run deep into its volcanic soil. You'll hear stories that aren't in any guidebook and create memories that are truly authentically your own. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe for more travel advice and hidden truths about your favorite destinations. Your next adventure starts here. Santorini's beaches look iconic in photos. Red cliffs, black sand, endless sun. But in reality, you're met with crowds, noise, and packed sunbeds. The peaceful escape you imagined. It's lost to mass tourism and commercialism. The myth of paradise exposed. But beyond the crowded chaos of the famous beaches lies another Santorini, a secret coastline known only to locals and the most intrepid of travelers. Here, the sound of the waves is the only music, and the only crowds are the seagulls circling overhead. Finding these hidden gems requires a spirit of adventure and a willingness to stray from the well-trodden path. Your journey begins not by following the main roads and the big signs, but by studying a detailed map of the island and looking for the unmarked dirt tracks that snake their way towards the sea. One such sanctuary is Vlachata Beach, often called the Moon Beach for its surreal lunar-like landscape carved by the wind and sea. While a small part of it is organized, a short walk along the shore will lead you to vast, empty stretches of sand backed by magnificent sculpted white cliffs. Another hidden treasure is Columbo Beach, located on the island's northeastern coast. It's a wild, undeveloped paradise, accessible only by a winding path. Here you can find true solitude with the added thrill of knowing you're swimming above a dormant underwater volcano. To reach these secluded spots, you'll likely need your own transportation. Renting a scooter, an ATV, or a small car gives you the freedom to explore these forgotten corners of the island at your own pace. Pack a bag with water, snacks, and a good book, as you won't find any bustling beach bars or amenities here. This is the trade-off for tranquility. You exchange convenience for serenity, commercialism for authenticity. The journey itself navigating the dusty back roads and discovering a cove that feels like your very own becomes part of the adventure. This is how you truly experience the coastline of Santorini. It's not about fighting for a spot on an overcrowded beach. It's about seeking out the quiet, untouched places where the island's natural beauty can be appreciated in peace. These secluded shores offer more than just a place to swim. They offer a connection to the wild, untamed spirit of the island. By choosing the path less traveled, you escape the trap of the tourist-packed beaches and discover a paradise that is all the more precious because you had to search for it. You've seen them 1,000 times, splashed across your social media feeds in a cascade of impossible blues and blinding whites. The blue-domed churches of Aya, the lone bougainvillea cascading down a pristine wall, the infinity pool that seems to melt into the Aegean Sea. But the reality is a digital fantasy, chaotic and crowded, a manufactured moment for online validation, often feeling hollow and staged. Chasing these overhyped spots, you miss the true beauty of Santorini. The island is brimming with moments of quiet wonder, personal and fleeting. Allow yourself to simply exist in the breathtaking landscape, far from the clamor of the crowds. To discover Santorini's true soul, get lost in its quiet alleyways and hidden courtyards, away from the crowds. Here locals share coffee, cats bask in the sun, and life moves at its own pace. Climb Pyrgos for breathtaking views, or wander Megalokori's timeless streets. Connect with winemakers, taste a Sirtiko, and savor moments that last long after your trip. Arriving in Santorini, you're greeted by a line of taxis and drivers calling out, "But beware, the convenience comes at a steep price. Fares are high, negotiation favors drivers, and options are limited, leaving many tourists stranded or overpaying." But locals know a secret. There's a better, cheaper way to get around. Want to break free from the tourist trap? Travel like a local? Use Santorini's KTL Green buses. They're cheap, reliable, and connect you everywhere you want to go. Or for true freedom, rent a scooter or ATV and discover hidden beaches and villages at your own pace. Whether by bus or scooter, Santorini is yours to explore. Santorini's souvenir shops promise handmade local treasures, but most are mass-produced imports, not authentic crafts. Look for imperfections and fair prices to spot the real thing, and support genuine artisans instead of falling for the souvenir swindle. To find Santorini's true treasures, skip the touristy shops and seek out quiet workshops where real artisans create and sell their work. Ask questions, meet the makers, and support their craft. So your souvenir is a genuine piece of Santorini's soul, not just another trinket. Imagine finding the perfect Greek taverna, ready for a true taste of Santorini. But the menu you get is a carefully crafted illusion, simpler, blander, and not what locals eat. You leave satisfied, post a photo, and never realize you missed the island's real, unforgettable flavors. Want to taste the real Santorini? Ask for the local menu, not just the English one. Be curious, persistent, and polite. Discover dishes like fava Santorinis or tomato keftedes, flavors you won't find on tourist menus. You'll leave with more than a meal. You'll have a true taste of the island. In Santorini's charming streets, aggressive vendors turn shopping into a high-pressure gauntlet. They don't wait for your interest. They create it using flattery, urgency, and even treats to draw you in. The pressure can turn a pleasant stroll into a stressful ordeal, leaving you wary and exhausted. Escape the high-pressure sales of Santorini by seeking out quiet side streets and artisan workshops where true craftspeople work with passion. Here, you're a welcome guest, free to browse, connect, and discover unique art. No pressure, just genuine stories and authentic memories. Santorini's beauty is real, but so are the tourist traps that can get in the way of a truly authentic experience. By staying informed and making conscious choices, you can see beyond the crowds and glossy facades. Connect with locals, support true artisans, and seek out genuine moments that make your trip unique. Find that quiet taverna, discover hidden viewpoints, and explore at your own pace. Santorini can be everything you've imagined, if you travel on your own terms. Step off the beaten path, ask questions, and embrace the adventure. With knowledge as your guide, every journey can be authentic, meaningful, and unforgettable. Don't let tourist traps define your trip. Choose your own Santorini and subscribe for more hidden travel truths.